and won the rebound battle 43-34. They jumped out on top 23-3. And you would have thought a thumping like that would have had a dramatic impact on the Cougar basketball season. Instead, Barton has responded to win 6 of 7 games since then, and the only loss in that 7-game stretch was just the other night to the league-leading team out in Liberal. The Seward Saints defeated them 81-80. I say the league-leading team. The Blue Dragons actually tied with Seward owning the tiebreaker. But the Blue Dragons can capture a conference championship if they can win out. But winning out tonight over a solid team from Barton, I'd say is a little bit problematic. I think that game in January was an aberration. The Blue Dragons played as well as they could play, and the Cougars just couldn't get anything to happen. And we've seen that. I saw that a couple of weeks ago when the Blue Dragon men went out to Garden City and just suffered through a terrible afternoon of basketball. And since then, the Blue Dragon men have responded with a couple of gutty wins. So it just depends on how you respond to adversity. And the Cougars, they've responded pretty well. They're 13-6 in the league, and they are safely going to be playing a first-round game at home in the conference playoffs. Those schedules, those rankings, those brackets will be set after the games in our conference on Saturday. Barton's Cougars, well, they go to Garden City to finish. And the Blue Dragons of Hutchinson, well, it's the game for pretty much all the marbles in the conference. As the Blue Dragons, if they want to win a conference championship, are going to have to beat the Saints of Seward in Liberal. And that is never easy to do. The Blue Dragons and Barton. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with more pregame.
The Hutch Medicine Shop and the Hutch Blue Dragons have a lot in common. In addition to our logos both being blue, all 3 pharmacists at the Medicine Shop graduated from HCC. Rick Stone in 1984, Brent Bauman in 2001, and Lacey Stone in 2007. In fact, the Medicine Shop has employed over a dozen HCC students over the past 15 years who are now Kansas pharmacists. The Medicine Shop and the Blue Dragons working together as one team.
Parking lots and driveways can be expensive to install. This is Derek Fees. Let APAC Kansas Shears Division help you properly maintain these investments. Patching, crack filling, sealing, and striping are just some of the services we provide. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112. Are you tired of your dusty or muddy driveway? APAC Kansas Shears Division is here to help. This is Derek Fees. Call us and ask us about our asphalt millings. If you are a do-it-yourselfer, arrange for pickup or delivery at your convenience. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
Tax reform impacts virtually every tax return this year. That means yours, too. If you're wondering what that means for you and your refund, but don't want to spend hours reading the tax code, head over to H&R Block. No one knows tax reform better than Block. Their tax pros will help you find every credit and deduction available, so you get every dollar you deserve. Because wouldn't you rather spend more time thinking about what to do with your maximum refund and less time figuring out what a TCJA qualifying eligible dependent is? Hint, it's your kid. In person or online, Block has your back.
Visit H&R Block in Hutchinson, Lyons, and Ellsworth.
The Rothy family name has always been connected to serving the Hutchinson community, and you can expect the same kind of high-quality service when you visit Rothy Family Flooring. They believe you deserve to be treated like family, so they've invested in their own talented and trustworthy installers to lay your floors. No outside contractors will ever knock on your door if Rothy works for you. Let them show you their expansive selection of name brand flooring and trust your home to the best. Rothy Family Flooring, 325 North Main, Hutchinson.
In many ways, these two teams are very similar. Both like to get up and down the floor. The Cougars come in averaging just under 80 points a game, and the Blue Dragons averaging just over 80 points a game. Hutchinson has been, by a wide margin, the better defensive team of the two. One thing you'll see tonight, you'll see a Barton team that will shoot a lot of three-pointers. And they ought to, because they hit a tremendous percentage, almost 40% from three on the season. But on that January 30th night in Great Bend, it was the Blue Dragons that were hot from three. and not the Cougars.
Blue Dragons about as good a ball game as I've seen them play this year was the start they got down at Great Bend. They were just outstanding. Had a huge lead at halftime and didn't let off the gas whatsoever.
I talked to Alan Clark after the game was over, and, Alan is a class act. We've seen him as a class act as an official in this conference and as a basketball coach, and all he said were nice things about Hutchinson, but he was disappointed in the performance of his basketball team, and I'll be surprised if the Dragons don't have to play some of their best basketball to get a win this evening.
They will, and they have to do it without Keely Tinney, who had concussion over the week with practice, so she is on concussion protocol, and we'll have to sit out. And also, we'll see if Jada Mickens plays. She was on a team rule suspension and did not play against Colby whatsoever. So we'll see what happens there.
It should be a lot of fun. And then the second game tonight. What can you say about that? Craig Fletchall comes to the Sports Arena. In the eyes of many, the most colorful coach in the league. Certainly fun to be around. He's been a great friend for you and for me. Been really good to us when we've been up in Great Bend.
Yeah.
And he brings a Cougar team that's actually ahead of the Blue Dragons in the conference standings coming into tonight. And the Dragon men will try to get even for that 102-87 loss they sustained in Great Bend. That should be a great
deal. It really should be. And of course, he had a magnificent year, a magical year last year when they came into the national tournament, knocked off undefeated Indian Hills, sent them packing home, lost their next game, was knocked out, but still very magical year for him. And I just want to see if he's going to come over and give us a couple of those slobbery kisses he usually gives us.
I'm going to leave my thoughts unsaid on that.
Yeah, he always comes over and gives us a little peck on the cheek, so we will see what will happen.
He is a class act.
Yeah, he really is.
Our fans don't realize that, but they appreciate him for what he is, and that's an outstanding basketball.
Yes, he is. We're going to get set for starting lineups coming your way in just a little bit, as we'll go to Double D, and we'll take the timeout, and I'm going to go ahead and send it to back to Tyler right now, back to the station for a 2-minute timeout. We'll be back with starting lineups coming your way right after this.
We understand. You can't plan ahead for an illness or injury, yet you'd really like same-day treatment. That's why Prairie Star offers walk-in clinic services with a responsive medical staff to care for you and your family.
Yes, we want to be your medical home.
Welcome to Prairie Star Health Center and walk-in clinic, whether you have insurance or not. 30th and K61 in Hutchinson.
We all like to save money when and where we can, right? You can do that every day at Salt City Pawn and Jewelry. Hi, this is owner Paul Phillips inviting you to stop in and say hi to our friendly staff. And while you're here, check out over 3,000 square feet of great merchandise priced at outstanding values. We don't have to offer huge sale prices for one day only when we do that on a daily basis. Save big over retail prices on firearms, electronics, guitars and amps, name brand tools, video games, jewelry, and more. See us at 916 East 4th and Hutch, just east of 4th and Severance. We're proud to be alumni and supporters of all Blue Dragon athletics.
HCC Sports is brought to you by the Sportscaster Club members, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert F. of the Hutchinson Clinic, Barkley Plumbing, Vernon Chiropractic Center, Tim and Gina Ritter, along with Brian Strange of the Green Vision Group, Sutton Kaufman Transmission Service, Wade Patton Insurance, A&A Builders, Bold Office Shares, Mega Manufacturing, MAYB, Mid-America Youth Basketball, Lowen Corporation, Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, and by Mann, Wyatt, and Rice, LLC. These Sportscaster Club members help provide funds for HCC scholarships.
This is Carter File, president of Hutchinson Community College. I invite you to join us this winter as the proud tradition of Blue Dragon men's and women's basketball continues at the historic Hutchinson Sports Arena. Both teams are favorites in the tough Jayhawk Conference, so you won't want to miss any of the action. Find the schedule at BlueDragonSports.com, like us on Facebook, and follow Blue Dragon Sports on Twitter. As always, go Blue Dragons.
The HCC Pep Band, always a great rendition of the national anthem. They're in full force tonight with Dr. Nick Schroeder and Dr. Robert Raitt playing the trumpets. We'll get set to go courtside with Darren Dunn here in a second, and we'll go to him right now.
Lineups. First for the visiting Cougars of Barton, At guard, a 5'10" sophomore from Ottawa, Kansas, number 4, Ryan White. At guard, a 5'5" sophomore from Meade, Kansas, number 10, Jalen Stapleton. At guard, a 5'10" sophomore from Albert, Kansas, number 11, Taylor Regan. At guard, a 5'9" sophomore from Goddard, Kansas, number 24, Mallory Miller. And at center, a 6'2" sophomore from Nigeria, number 33, Irene Chukwudi. The Cougars are 20-8, 13-6 in the Jayhawk Conference, coached by Alan Clark in his 3rd season, assisted by Takesha Watson.
Taylor Reagan, the Coach Player of the Week in the Jayhawk Conference. Young lady out of Albert played her ball at Otis Bison High School, and is a good one. Really, really a good one. Of course, they're playing the also famous highlight reel that we have here.
Did you say she was from your hometown?
Yep, hometown, Albert. My mom had a beauty shop there.
Kind of interesting. Galen Stapleton is from Meade, where I grew up.
That's where you grew up, so yeah. Actually, I went to school at Pawnee Rock, where she went to school at Hutch High.
But I went first 8 grades. I went to school in Meade.
Meade,
Buffaloes. There were some pictures circulating around.
Yeah, they were. I saw one on your 1959 golf team. So what year would you have been in school then?
I would have been a junior.
Looked pretty good. I like the horn rim glasses especially. You continue to have those for a few years.
We actually won a state championship in golf in 1960.
Why does that not surprise me? Let's go to Darren Dunn now for your starting lineups for the Blue Dragon women.
And now introducing the starting lineup for your Hutchinson Community College Blue Dragons. At guard, a 5'8" freshman from Baldwin City, Kansas, number 2, Abby Ogle. At guard, a 5'8" sophomore from Dodge City, Kansas, number 12, Tia Bradshaw. And forward, a 5'11" sophomore from Olathe, Kansas, number 22, Dejanay Roebuck. At guard, a 5'6" freshman from St. Paul, Minnesota, number 23, Michaela Van Ness. And at forward, a 6' sophomore from Liberal, Kansas, number 32, Jada Mickens. The Blue Dragons are 27-1, 18-1 in the Jayhawk Conference, and number 6 in the nation. Coached by John Hutchins in his 12th season, assisted by Travis Kirk, Tim Henderson, and Jamie Patrick. Official Sports Tonight's contest, Curtis Harris, Don Irving, and DJ Moore.
There's your starting lineups for both teams. Should be a good matchup between these two teams. For whatever reason, Barton really has Seward's number, not by way of getting a win, but they had pushed both games they played against Seward to the max.
Yeah, Seward's a good second-half team. Barton had a double-digit lead in the first half, and then Seward came back to take it away, but it was a one-point win. And the Saints came in here after the Dragons led at halftime by 6. Kind of took it away from Hutchinson in a considerably more decisive fashion. It's all about matchup.
Yep, sure is. Chuck Whitty will jump center against Mickens, and we're about set to get underway in this matchup of 20-8, the Lady Cougars, and 27-1, the Lady Blue Dragons of Hutchinson. So here we go. Blue Dragons decked out in her home grays, and Bradshaw has the tip. She'll set up the opposite offense. Tia Bradshaw to Ogle, top side. Now she'll roll to the right. Now back out there to Vanette. Off the ball screen to the left side. Trying to get it inside. If I'm going to get it to Nene Roebuck, she'll kick it to Ogle. Ogle about a 15-footer right side. Not there. Mickens rebound, however. Put back not there either. And coming up the rebound was Chuck Woody. Here comes Barton. They'll push it up quickly. Stapleton into the forecourt. Goes right side to Miller. Feed down low, stolen away by the Blue Dragons. Bradshaw. She was there to take the pass away on the baseline. And Hutch will bring it up. First Barton turnover. And there's a turnover against the Blue Dragons. Is going too deep was Ogle. The three was hit by Vanette, but it won't count. And it's turnovers one apiece. Early action at the Sports Arena. Sophomore recognition night. At halftime in the men's game, also we'll have recognition of Rusty Hills, my partner for 21 years in a whole lot of seasons, 50 to be exact, here in Hutchinson. Ball knocked away out of bounds. They're going to say left turnover against Barton. So they turn the ball over on the far side. Hutchinson will have the basketball. Roebuck will inbound to Bradshaw, and Bradshaw to Don City will bring the basketball up. The left side of Van Nett. Out top of the key. Roebuck to the right side, gives it off to Ogle. Ogle top of the key now with the ball. Being guarded by Regan. Three-pointer from outside, up and good.
That was knocked down by Van Nett.
Van Nett scores it from the deep right corner. It's 3-0. Hutchinson with the early lead.
Probably Hutchinson's best three-point shooter.
Ryan White with the ball out front. Touching it for a moment was Regan. Got top now. Miller had it for a second. Ball knocked away out of bounds. Last touch off of the Cougars. So White touched it last out of bounds. It goes.
3 turnovers on 3 trips.
Boom, boom. Boom, 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 actually. With the basketball will be the Blue Dragons. Nene Roebuck didn't feel too good up at Colby. Was a little under the weather and did not play her usual good self. So she's playing better tonight. Top side, Mickens to the right side. Pulls back, gives it off to Van Nett.
Roebuck had 24.
There's a
great band.
3 by Mickens, up and missing. Yeah, she had a heck of a game. Ball comes out into the hands of the Cougars, and Stapleton to bring it up. Jalen Stapleton, left side, Meade, Kansas, as Rusty talked about. It's her hometown. Back out top now again to Regan. Regan rolls to the left. Kicks the ball around the outer perimeter. Stapleton. Inside quickly to Chuck Woody in the travel call. Turnover 5 already against.
Actually 4. But they haven't gotten a shot at it. And some of it has been Hutchinson's defense, and some of it has just been carelessness.
Yeah. Hutchinson with the basketball. 7:55 to go in this first quarter of play. 3-0. Hutchinson trying to win their 28th game of the year and set up a big showdown this coming Saturday down in Liberal. Right side, Ogle. Ogle back out top of the key. Roebuck hands it off to Van Nett. Van Nett, top of the key herself, picked up by Miller, who has some ties to Hutchinson. There's a drive, little dish off to Roebuck. Shot up, rims out on Roebuck, no good. Ball comes out.
Nicely set up by Abby Ogle, just no finish.
Ball spun out on her. 9 times out of 10, she'll drop that one down and in. That's not the case. Miller down low. Ball knocked away out of bounds. Less touched off the hands of Chuck Woody. Another turnover. That is 5 now on the Barton Cougars.
And that one was pretty much a result of good Hutchinson defense, denying the over-the-top pass to the post.
Mallory Miller, the daughter of one of your
Aaron Miller.
Teaching partners at Hutch High. Aaron Miller actually did sideline football for you on broadcasts for some time. She graduated from Eisenhower. Jumper from outside, up and good. Mickens.
Van Nett, I think.
Was it Van Nett again? I'm sorry. I saw Mickens coming from that area, so we'll double check it. But yeah, it is Van Nett. She has 2 trays now. 6 points for her and 6 for the Dragons. She's starting to really turn into one of her own. There's Mickens, and she double dribbles with it. She knows she did it as soon as she got it. She got the steal, but
I'm going to be kind and say we never had control. Otherwise, it would be 6 turnovers and 6 trips for Barton.
With the basketball will be the Cougars.
Bunch of new faces for
Barton. Sure enough. Connor Keith checks in. She'll inbound. Also check in will be Connor Keith. She will toe the inbound. Also Hunt out of Okemah, Oklahoma checks in as well. A couple other new faces. We'll run them down here in a second. Ball comes in off of Nene out of bounds. They try to get it into Taylor Nichols.
Hutchinson defense is really disruptive right now.
Head coach Alan Clark sending a message now to his Cougar ladies that were out there. He says, if you're not going to play well, we're going to get 5 in there that will. He totally put 5 new faces on the floor. And now jump ball called. It will be possession for Barton. They will have the basketball as Rochelle Turney.
They are just having a miserable time getting shots up.
Here comes the inbounds from Turney, right in front of the Blue Dragon bench. Gets it in. It goes toward the backcourt, and she can go back and grab it there, and she does. It's Connor Keith with the basketball. Left side, they'll work it. Cutter's cut through, and she'll take it on the dribble herself, stolen away. Yeah, there's a takeaway by Tia Bradshaw. Jumped her out, came up with it. Here's Ogle, baseline left, kicks it back outside of Van Nett. Drive by Bradshaw, lays it up and in. Nice drive by Bradshaw. Got that so little bit of an angle off glass. That'll force the timeout. 8-0 Hutchinson with the lead. A quick timeout, a quick 30-second timeout. 6:25 to go in quarter one. We'll be back with more from the Sports Arena in 30 seconds.
Vehicles are getting pretty smart these days with semi-automatic control features that make driving easier. But riding an RCAT vehicle is easier yet. You don't have to do a thing. Just stand along the route, wave your hand at the driver, and hop on. RCAT is first come, first served general public transportation that travels throughout Hutchinson and South Hutchinson hourly, on weekdays from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. and on Saturday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 694-2913 for further information.
Well, it is not exactly the same kind of start. The Dragons had a great bend, but it's pretty close. An 8-0 advantage for Hutchinson with 3.5 minutes gone, and the Cougars haven't gotten off a shot officially.
Yeah, 8-0. Hutchinson with the early lead. Bradshaw with the basket at the opposite end and forced that timeout by Alan Clark. With the basketball now out front with the ball is Connor Keith. She's out of Hill City, Kansas, former ringneck out of Hill City. Long left side was Turney. He'll hand the ball off. Again, Connor had it. Turney will launch a three. Rims off the rim, no good. Rebound cleared out by Bradshaw. Bonnet gets control of the basketball about half court. Now she'll take it on the dribble. Back out top to Mickens. To Van End on the left wing. Better get on her. Let's give it inside. Mickens banged into it. A foul's going to be charged against the Cougars.
Yeah, that one will go on Taylor Nichols.
So Nichols will pick up the personal. In not a shooting situation, Hutch will inbound left side baseline. Tia Bradshaw to trigger that inbounds pass. A week from tonight, Rusty, we'll have first round of region unless Hutchinson wins out and gets a bye. I'm talking about the ladies. The guy for sure will be playing. Now Seward has already garnered that. There's a travel call on Ogle. Garnered that slot. As for sure tying for a lead in the West with the win over Barton the other night.
And Coach Hunch is a little bit frustrated that Abby didn't take the shot. She hesitated, then decided to try to drive it, but then it was too late.
He who hesitates is lost sometimes. Happens in basketball a lot, doesn't it?
Well, it certainly happens in the eyes of Coach Hunches.
Mm-hmm. With the basketball will be the Cougars. A walk, dribble it up. Back in is Regan, and Connor still with the basketball into the ball game. Regan has it. She'll roll to the top side, finds a seam, goes down low, puts it up and in. She's a good ball player.
Tough shot, tough angle from the right side.
Got to keep an eye on her, and they finally score with 5:24 to go in that first quarter play. It's 8-2. Hutchinson early lead is 6 now. Vanette, whistle away from the play on the floor. It's going to go against the Cougars. Taylor Nichols will pick up the personal. Nichols also out of Dodge City, same.
And she has both fouls that have been called in this game.
Bradshaw, that's her second. You're right. So 2 on Nichols, inbounding, this time on the right side. Van Ed will trigger the inbounds pass. They kick it in, the dribble inside, taken away. Coming up with the basketball was Chuck Woody. Chuck Woody out of Nigeria gives it off, and Connors will set it up to the left side.
She just took a shot right out of the air. Caught it on the way up.
Dribble drive, left side, Riggins, double teamed. Back out top, they'll get it. Shot up and good. Nice move by White to put it up and in. Her first basket.
Not an easy shot at all. Little teardrop in the lane.
8-4 ball game. 4 unanswered points by the Cougar ladies. Ogle out top to Roebuck. She'll launch it on its way. No good. Rebound picked up by the Cougars. And let's see if Barton can get 3 straight here. Miller into the forecourt. Goes right side to White. In and out of the hands of Regan. Stolen away by the Blue Dragons. Another turnover. Here comes Bradshaw. Bradshaw puts it up and misses it. Rebound. Roebuck underneath. She'll throw it up. Not there. Rebound taken away this time by Chuck Woody. As she comes out with it, and Barton has the basketball. And bring it up. Hutch had a great opportunity to score inside. Was not able to.
In the drive, too far underneath to get a good look for Tia Bradshaw.
Ball outside. White. Chuck Woody has it down low. Soft hook. Way too hard. Rebound Bradshaw. Hutch on the run. Roebuck. Long pass to Roebuck. In and out of her hands. She saved it though. Back out to Bradshaw. She'll dribble penetrate. Kicks it up to Ogle. They'll set up the offense. 20 on the shot clock. And John just calls out the spread. Sometimes he calls the horn, which they take it around. Blocked from behind by Chuck Woody, and Bradshaw's shot missed. And then Milan Schemmel will check into the Blue Dragon lineup. She and Kimbrough getting set to check in.
Take away by Ogle.
There's a turnover, and Ogle comes up with a layup by Ogle is good.
That's the best kind of turnover that leads to a transition basket.
Tough miss right there. Made by Ogle. Tough job of getting it inside and was able to convert it. Ball on the left side, out top of the key. Here they go to White. She'll gun and miss. Comes off the rim. Ran down by Ogle, out of bounds as it goes. It'll be Hutchinson basketball. Ogle will get substituted for. Into the ball game will be Kelsey Brett. She came in against Colby, played really well. Kimbrough also in. Bennett will remain in. Schemmel comes in. Schemmel down of Pendleton, Oregon. Talented freshman for the Blue Dragons. Coach calls out the triangle, and they'll bring it up. 10-4 ball game. Hutchinson with the lead by 6. Right side, Brett. Top of the key again. This time Roebuck takes it around to Vanette. Vanette looks inside to Kimbrough. Down low on the floor is a Blue Dragon, and the foul's going to be called underneath. Kelsey Brett went down, and I was blocked off a little bit. Not sure who the foul was called on. It looks like it's going to be called on
Nadal.
Nadal will pick up the personal. She's out of Senegal. Kimbrough at the line. Ty Kimbrough out of Memphis, Tennessee.
Shooting 2.
Free throw toss up and missing. She will shoot a second one.
Dragons are a pretty decent free throwing team, but Kimbrough about 65%.
Come on,
Tough miss right there. We go down the other way, and bounce pass on a low block is kicked by the Blue Dragons, so will be retained by Barton.
Barton has stayed in this game to the extent they are at 10-4 because their defense has been pretty good. Dragons have had a lot of opportunities. Already 8 turnovers on the Cougars.
Some of the possessions empty for the Blue Dragons. Here's Miller. We've got to watch her shoot, and she'll miss in front of the outer perimeter. Usually can knock him down from out there. Kimbrough with the rebound. Here comes Hutchinson. Up the court, down low underneath. Roebuck kicks it back outside. Schemmel takes it into the paint. Dishes it down to Kimbrough. Layup good. We just kind of shoveled it down to her, didn't she, Rusty? Kind of looked like a shovel pass.
Nice job, though, of setting up the post player.
That night in Barton, it was 93-48. Cougars were never in it. That was down. It was, like I said, the best I've seen the Blue Dragons play.
Oh, Hutch led 23-3 in the first quarter in that game.
Ball on the outside, angled to the right by Regan. Out top, they'll gun it on its way and hit it. Big basket by Nadal. Nadal knocks it down, makes it 12-6. Hutchinson lead remains at 6 now.
Nadal had 10 in the game up at Great Bend. She's capable of scoring.
Yeah, she sure is. Mickens will check back in. Next available dead ball whistle. Right to the right side. They'll hold up. Kick it left. Off the hands of Vanette. Out of bounds. Turnover. So the turnover against the Blue Dragons went off of Vanette's hands. With the basketball out front now will be Stapleton. To the left side, Regan.
Low scoring game. These two teams score a lot of points. Not so far in this quarter.
Stapleton out top. Holds up. Right side, Miller. Dribble penetrates. Gets called for the travel. Kind of shifted her pivot feet.
Well, the spacing was really bad that time for the Cougars. She ran into one of her own offensive players.
Maybe even stepped on a foot inside there to trip her up a little bit. 1:15 to go in quarter one. Hutchinson with the lead at 12-6. Coach calls out the spread offense. Here's Schemmel. She'll bring it on the dribble. Takes it over to the right side, back out top now to Kimbrough. She'll gun it on its way. It's not there. Rebound cleared underneath by Regan, and Barton will bring it up. So we're stuck on 12-6 for some time now, inside of a minute in this first quarter of play. Hutchinson with the lead. Left side, White. She'll gun and miss. Ball comes off, though, and there's a rebound by Regan. Stripped away. Good block by Mickens, and out comes Hutch. Vanette weaves her way in traffic. To the top, to the left. Kelsey Brett, 3 ball. Rims off hard, no good. Rebound underneath is going to be taken away. Underneath by the Cougars, and they'll bring it up.
Neither team shooting it well. 3 of 8 for Barton. Their problem has been turnovers. Dragons are 5 of 16.
Ball knocked away by Schemmel out of bounds. 12 on the shot clock, 19.9 on the game clock. Van Eck will get a break. Inbounding on that far side will be Miller. Ball on the outside. They go to Nadal. She'll shoot it on its way. Not there. Rebound Kimbrough. 10 seconds. There's turned over by Kimbrough. The shot put up way too early. It hits the top of the scoreboard clock, the shot clock, and quickly White thought she was running out of time, Rusty, and she launched it. Hutchinson still has a chance to get one off here with 5.8 to go.
If they're aware.
Schemmel will bring it up. Dribble penetration, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Hutch gets one off. Schemmel shot doesn't go. Put back by Kimbrough. They're going to count it? Yes, they do. In time. Kimbrough with the putback. 14-6. Hutch takes the lead into the huddle at the end of the first quarter of play. We'll take a 1-minute break. We'll be back right after this.
No time to fix breakfast? Just call us at Anchor Away 662-3100 and we'll have it ready for you. Choose from our selection of breakfast burritos, biscuits, or one of our 5 different complete breakfast plates. Breakfast from 7 to 10:30, Monday through Saturday. If you missed us for breakfast, we're here for lunch and dinner too. Pick up your favorite Mexican dinner or take some home for the family. We're open till 9. That's Anchor Away, drive-through, carry-out, and catering under the water tower at B&. Adams in Hutchinson, 662-3100.
If getting a new iPhone is on your wish list, then wish no further. At Next Tech Wireless, all smartphones, including the new iPhones, are 50% off. You can save over $350 on your new iPhone, and even trade in your old phone for more credit. Have multiple lines? That's even better, because your 3rd, 4th, or even 5th line will get you unlimited data free for a year. Next Tech Wireless has more than 50 store locations to serve you. Switch today and start saving. Certain restrictions apply. Phone guard required.
Well, 10 turnovers in that first quarter plaguing the Cougars, and they're not shooting it particularly well. 3 of 11, 27%. Blue Dragons in the first period were 6 of 17, 35%. Rebounding pretty close to a push. Dragons had 6 turnovers of their own, so these teams are being pretty kind to each other. But it's Hutchinson, 14-6.
With the basketball to start this second quarter of play will be the Blue Dragons. Jada Mickens will trigger the inbounds pass on the far side. You're near side if you're watching the Blue Dragon Sports Network. So glad to have you along this evening on the YouTube channel, Blue Dragon, Hutch Blue Dragons. If you go to YouTube, or you can just go to BlueDragonSports.com and go to the schedule. You can click right on the video. Audio will take you to our audio with Eagle Radio. Ball on the left wing. Kelsey Brett drives. There's a hand on her the whole way down, and that'll be
Taylor Regan.
That'll be only her first.
Fast-moving game. We had very few fouls called in the first quarter.
Ball outside inbound. It comes to Kramer. She'll spot up and shoot the 3 and hit it. Big 3 by Kramer to give her 2. Had a toe on the line. Nice to see her get in the scoring column. Nice job by Kramer to knock that one down. She averages 3.2 points a game. Angle by Regan, finds the seam, takes it all the way to the baseline. The elbow is going to be the call.
Yep, they caught Sarah Kramer.
Kramer will pick up the first. That's the first team foul against the Blue Dragons.
Didn't foul once in the first quarter.
Here comes the inbounds. They get it in quickly to Miller. Miller inside quickly. Irene Chuckwoody with it, down low. Push foul's going to be called on the Blue Dragons.
Pretty good job of rebounding by the Cougars in this basketball game. Their shooting has left a lot to be desired.
Kelsey Brett picks up the personal. Not a shooting situation. Miller would trigger the inbounds pass. I remember seeing Mallory Miller over at Goddard Eisenhower. Pretty good outside shooter in high school and continues to be with the Cougars. Feet down low underneath. Ball blocked by Kimbrough, but it goes up and in somehow. Is that Regan? I think it might have been. Yes, it is Regan. She has 4 points now. She was able to score it inside. That ball went around the cylinder about 3 or 4 times and finally dropped through. And I said block because Hutchinson did get a hand on it. Feed down low to Kimbrough, turned over. Kimbrough can't handle the pass, and out quickly comes Stapleton into the forecourt. Salty little guard gets the ball over to Miller. And Stapleton now to Ulysses. She'll pop the 3 and hit it. Big 3 by Stapleton.
She can shoot it.
And all of a sudden, it's 16-11. Lead is cut down to 5.
The Blue Dragons have not been very efficient on offense. They've been sound defensively, but frankly, so have the Cougars.
Ball outside, Kimbrough. Now they give it off to Kramer. Kramer at the top. The foul away from the play is going to take place. The whistle is going to be against White.
Ryan White.
White will pick up the personal. When he first held up the 4 fingers, I thought maybe it was on Kimbrough that we'd see something. Kimbrough kind of gave that look as well. She checks out. Kelsey Brett checks out. Hutchinson gets some starters back in there. Dejanay Roebuck back in along with Vanette. Schimmel gets it to Vanette, left wing. On top of the key, they're working around the outside. A 3-pointer put up in and out on a missed shot put up by the Blue Dragons. Mickens, there's the turnover. Hutchinson's going to bring it up. Layup by Schimmel's good.
The Cougars are just making an incredible number of ball handling mistakes.
It was 14-6 at the end of 1 quarter of play. Right now, 18-11. Hutchinson with the lead. To the right side, Turney. Back out top, back to Stapleton. Stapleton rolls to the left side. Holds up, kicks it to the right. Shot clock at 3. Regan puts it on its way. Off, no good. Rebound cleared out by the Blue Dragons. Mickens. It would have been a shot clock violation even if Mickens hadn't gotten a rebound as it didn't hit iron. There's a Mickens 3 off. It's marked no good. Loose basketball picked up underneath by the Blue Dragons. Ogle up and in. Ogle with her first basket. Rusty, good to see her again in the scoring column after some hard work out there to get that rebound.
Actually, her second basket. Had one in the first quarter.
There's a drive. The shot not there. The put back underneath and scoring it. There's Chuck Woody.
She can be a factor on the offensive glass.
I'm going to check your book. They haven't put that up for Ogle. I thought that was her first. We'll have to check the scoring.
I thought she had one of the first baskets in the game.
Bradshaw had that one. You might have misread that one. There's a missed shot, and Mickens gets the rebound. Ball on the outside. Here's Stremmel. She'll gun it on its way. Rimming down, no good. Rebound put back underneath by Mickens is good.
And that's what the Dragons need to do right there.
Mickens flies in and gets the putback basket underneath. Now they have adjusted that. They have her with 4, so you were correct. Ball on the outer perimeter. That's Stapleton. A drive right side. Shot up and good in the end one.
Strong player, Rochelle Turney. Dragons gave her 3 or 4 open steps to the basket. You're not going to stop her. And she'll have an opportunity for an and one.
Foul goes against Mickens. She'll pick up the personal. At the line will be Turney to shoot 1. Free throw toss off, no good. Rebound's going to be cleared out by the Blue Dragons, and Hutch will bring it up, leading it by 7 at 22-15. Another extremely successful season for John Onges, winning as coach of the Blue Dragons in history of Hutchinson ladies basketball. There's a turnover. Turney comes away with it. Turney shifts gears. Goes up, ball's partially deflected. Dragons Ogle comes out with it. She'll push this quickly to Schimmel. Schimmel will bring it up, pops the 10-footer off the back iron, no good. Over the back on Dejanay Roebuck, and she'll pick up the personal. Substitutions in the ball game. Bradshaw checks in for Schimmel. And Barton will have the basketball as White inbounds down at the opposite end, the west end of the sports arena. Last home game, if you didn't know that, this is the last one your season tickets or your all sports tickets works for. There'll be playoff action next week probably on the men's side, possibly the girls. A travel call works against Stapleton. Wow, 12 turnovers? That's a lot. 12 Lady Cougar turnovers. And they're only down by 7.
Almost as many turnovers as kernels of popcorn spilled on the opposite
Oh,
side
my,
of the arena.
my. You're right.
They need to clean that up. Somebody could slip on that, and that could be serious.
Left side out top of the key. Blue Dragons working around. Ball goes over there. Could get pretty oily. Shot down low underneath by Mickens. Nice job of getting the ball to her. And then she puts it up and in. 24-15. The lead is for the Blue Dragons. There's a turnover. Ogle comes up with a sprint dribble on the left side. She'll lay it up and score it. 26-15. Hutchinson with 4:55 to go. That'll force the first turnover, timeout in this second quarter of play. Hutch up by 11. Great first burst right there by Ogle. We'll take a quick 30-second break. We'll be back with more from the Sports Arena. That's 26, Cougars 15. We'll be back in 30.
Hi, Brian Bobo at Midwest Toyota. We only have a few 2018 Toyotas remaining, and they are great deals, like a 2018 Tacoma SR5 4x4 double cab was $37,241, now $33,999. Or how about a 2018 Toyota Corolla hatchback? List was $2,670, our price $16,999. Don't miss out, they won't last, so come see us today at 1100 East 30th or online at MidwestSuperstore.com.
This Blue Dragon basketball team is capable of playing high-quality basketball, but I'm really impressed with Abby Ogle. I love her aggressiveness, and she is always looking for a takeaway, and that time it turned into her 6 points.
She always has a smile on her face, too. She's basketball smart is what I would call it. Just really savvy, and like you said, her aggressiveness usually works in a positive way. Sometimes she gets a little foul trouble. Tease her about that a little bit. Here's a shot from Turney from the outside. It rims off long, no good. Ogle with the rebound off the floor. Got it nevertheless. Here comes Hutchinson up the court. Here's Mickens. She'll pop it on its way. It rims off, no good. Roebuck with the rebound goes up and scores it. So an offensive board for Nene Roebuck and a putback by Roebuck. Roebuck's first basket of the evening. Like I said, didn't feel too good against Colby. Here's Miller. She'll gun it on its way. Rims off, no good. Rebound snagged out of the air by Mickens. Mickens will bring it on the dribble and gives it off now to Bradshaw. Bradshaw up the court. Top side to the left wing. Down low underneath. They go to Mickens. Oh, teeters on the rim. It doesn't go. There's a foul called underneath. They're going to get it on Chuck Woody.
And this will be a couple of free throws for Mickens.
Port Harcourt, Nigeria is where Irene Chukwudi is from. Sophomore for Alan Clark.
And I'd be really impressed if you knew where that was in Nigeria.
It's in Nigeria someplace. The free throws up and good by...
I'll tell you, it's in the southeast corner.
I don't believe it. I wouldn't know that, huh? Mickens' free throw's good, by the way.
5 1/4 for Jada.
Mm-hmm. Playing well. Free throw toss up and good. Got that one down too. So Hutchinson lead has exploded to 30-15 right now. Heard again also Phil Anderson say play better.
Always a good plan.
That's a good plan right there. Ball on the outside into the hands of Stapleton. Back to Regan. Dribble penetration. Ball sails out of bounds. It will be retained by the Blue Dragons. Blue Dragons will get it back.
The Cougars, for some reason, against the Hutchinson defense, just simply can't run their offense. 14 turnovers in the first half.
They will inbound on the far side, and Roebuck will get it in. Go ahead.
And you know it's a good basketball team, but they just haven't played well against Hutch.
Port Harcourt close to Ruma Koresh. I knew it was. Ball on the outer perimeter. Kimbrough.
I knew you would get your phone out.
Left side with the ball. Ogle. Back out top. Zone defense now by the Cougars. Here's Bradshaw.
5 to shoot.
Got to do something here, Tia. Should launch it on its way from the top of the key. Rims off the rim, no good. Out of nowhere, Ogle comes and gets the rebound. She gets the dress down to feed down low. Kimbrough hands it off to Roebuck. Basket good. How about that? Ogle started it with a big offensive board. They kicked it out top, and long pass comes down court for the Cougars. 32-15 as Roebuck was able to finish it.
Yeah, the rebound was responsible for the basket. Without it, the ball's at the other end of the floor.
Ogle sailed along that baseline and got it. Here, Regan out front. Again, she was player of the week this last week. Head fakes, get them up off their feet. Shot up missing. Rebound off the floor, picked away by Keith. Connor Keith, feed down low underneath. Double team on a low baseline. Stolen away by Van Nant on a bad pass by Chuck Woody. And here comes Hutchinson. Bounce pass underneath. One too many. Well, not maybe. Bradshaw finishes. Ogle on the assist.
Yeah, and should have taken the shot.
Timeout's going to be taken. 3 passes. He was about like, who's going to shoot the doggone ball? Because they all want to pass it off. At 34-15 is your score right now. Great job right there. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll be back right after this.
If your vacuum is on its last leg, Donna Pitzer, the bag lady, has more great news. Donna has bought out the inventory of another Panasonic dealer and is passing the incredible savings on to you. Panasonic vacuums are the standard for many, and right now, get a top-of-the-line Panasonic Performance vacuum for only $199.95. That's the lowest price on a new Panasonic vacuum Donna has ever offered. A new Panasonic vacuum delivered free for only $199.95. These prices won't last, and neither will these vacuums. Call the bag lady at 663-4322 or text vacuum to just text it.
The Blue Dragons rolling. They're up 19 with 2:18 to go in the first half, and this Hutchinson defense has just completely taken Barton out of its offense.
Well, a good example of it right there with the turnover and then this unselfish play. 2:18 to go in this second quarter of play. Hutchinson up 34-15. Lady Dragons number 6 this week in the poll. Seward moved to number 2 in the nation, referencing the Seward Lady Saints. Ball comes out high. Seward men also moved up the poll a little bit with the win over Barton. Connor Keith and a travel call is going to be the call.
And that is the 16th turnover of the first half. 16.
That's a bunch. You usually don't hardly have that in a game, and Alan Clark is probably going to talk. That's going to be a point of emphasis at halftime for the Lady Cougars. Hutchinson will bring it up. Here's Bradshaw out front. Right side she goes over to Ogle. A jump ball is going to be called. It'll be Barton's way. That's a rare mistake right there as Ogle kind of put it down low. Turns the ball over.
Blue Dragons have turned it over 9 times.
But it really hadn't hurt them that much on points off turnovers. 9. With the basketball will be the Barton Cougars.
Why is it when you tell him something, he doesn't disagree with you?
I don't know.
I tell John something, he says, no, 17.
Stapled it with the ball on the outer perimeter. Outside, three-pointer up and on its way. Rims off, no good. Battle for the board. Kimbrough comes down with a rebound off the miss. Here comes Ogle. Ogle up the court. Feed down low inside to Roebuck. She reverses, puts it up, can't get it done. Rebound cleared out there by Chuck Woody. And up quickly will come Stapleton out of Meade, Kansas with the basketball. Angle to the right side. I was teasing John a little bit about calling the timeout up at Colby. Used the old school motion. There's a shot missed underneath. Kimbrough clears the boards. Hutchinson with the basketball. Ogle quickly up the court. Down low underneath. They go to Roebuck. Basket good. And Bradshaw finishes with a nice pass to Roebuck. And it's 36-15.
And Roebuck just simply beat the defense back down the floor.
46 seconds to go before intermission. Stay tuned right after the game. They'll have sophomore recognition night. There's a reach-in foul called, and I think it's going to be on Van Nant. Nope, they're going to get it on Kimbrough. She'll pick it up. By the way, in case you were wondering, Port Harbor's just right off the Gulf of Guinea. It's just a little suburb of the Gulf of Guinea.
I'm going to take your phone away. I am. Just don't set it down where I can reach it.
Here comes the free throw by Regan. Off its back iron, no good. She's pretty frustrated with that shot. She's a better free throw shooter than that. 76.9% on the year. She's been to the line 135 times now. Free throw toss, up and good.
5th point for Taylor Regan.
Sophomore out of Albert, Kansas. She can go on someplace and play. Bring somebody a pretty good player. Here's Van Nant on the outside. 30 seconds to go before intermission. Kimbrough.
Dragons can't hold for the last shot.
Hands it off to Schimmel. Van Nant, 13 on the shot clock now. She'll bounce back a little bit, about 10 seconds difference. Feed down low underneath Kimbrough. Shot won't go. Rebound off the floor. Mickens puts it up and can't get it done. Battles for the board, though, and coming out with it will be the Cougars as White gets the rebound. They'll have a last second shot. 8 seconds, 7 seconds now with the ball out front to Stapleton. She'll wait for the ball screen. Gets set to shoot it. White has it. Traveled. Shot was up, and that is your halftime. 36-16, a 20-point Dragon lead at intermission after the first quarter ended up 14-6. So Hutchinson with a great second quarter of play. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, add up all the numbers. Hutchinson leads at halftime 36-16.
Basketballs are bouncing and crowds are cheering. Your best offense during cold and flu season is a good defense. Drink plenty of liquids, get plenty of rest, and keep your hands sanitized. If a bug still manages to get you, Ashcraft Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy, has over-the-counter medications that can help. Or if you need a prescription, we offer free mail-out, free delivery, or call ahead for our handy curbside service. Go Dragons! From Ashcraft Pharmacy in the Hart Shopping Center, South Hutchinson, and Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Your life is busy. Are you ready to open an account, apply for a loan, check your balances, make a transfer, deposit a check, pay bills? With electronic banking from The First, you can now take care of all your many banking needs from the comfort of your home or office. Anytime, anywhere, 24/7. Visit fnbhutch.bank to get started. First National Bank of Hutchinson, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
HCC Sports is brought to you by the Sportscaster Club members, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert Epp of the Hutchinson Clinic, Barkley Plumbing, Vernon Chiropractic Center, Tim and Gina Ritter, along with Brian Strange of the Green Vision Group, Sutton Kaufman Transmission Service, Wade Patton Insurance, A&A Builders, Bold Office Shares, Mega Manufacturing, MAYB, Mid-America Youth Basketball, Lowen Corporation, Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, and by Mann, Wyatt, and Rice, LLC. These Sportscaster Club members help provide funds for HCC scholarships.
For over 15 years, Erickson Custom Building has designed, built, and remodeled homes and commercial projects in central Kansas. Whether you're looking to replace a deck, wanting to build an addition, or remodel your kitchen, our customers receive individualized attention, quality craftsmanship, and exceptional customer service from start to finish. Erickson Custom Building offers new construction and remodeling services in addition to commercial and insurance projects. Visit our website today at ericksoncustombldg.com.
For the second time in as many games between these two old foes, it is Hutchinson dominating the first half, and the Blue Dragons with a 20-point edge at the halftime break, 36-16. This is, by the way, the Medicine Shop first half game capsule. And the Medicine Shop suggests that you check in with them for all your vaccination needs, from flu shots to Tdap, pneumonia, even Shingrix, the two-pronged shot for the shingles vaccination. A lot of you have had the old shot, as have I, and I've been told that if I'm smart, and I try to pretend to be, I ought to get started on that two-shot routine with Shingrix, planning to do it. All you need to do is call Lacey at the Medicine Shop. She'll answer any of your questions about any of your vaccinations. That number to call, 620-663-7681. And maybe it's just as convenient for you to stop by. After all, you'll find the Medicine Shop in Midtown Hutchinson at 14th and Main. For the Blue Dragons in the first half, 16-35, shooting 46%, pretty close to their season average of 47%. But Barton's Cougars held to 30% shooting in the first half. Now, on the season, they shoot 45. So the Dragon defense really doing a number on the Cougars. And the Cougars also doing a number on themselves with turnover. 16 in the first half. 16 turnovers. And that's hard to overcome. Blue Dragons had more than Coach Anschutz would have liked, but they held their turnover count down to 9. Neither team shooting it very well from three. Hutchinson got a couple of three-pointers from Michaela Vanette. She's 2 of 2. The rest of the Dragons are 0 for 8, so 2 of 10 in the first half from three. But Barton made only 1 in 8 tries. And this is a Barton team that shoots close to 40% from three. Free throwing, not a factor. 1 of 3, 2 of 4. Nothing to choose from right there. Hutchinson winning the rebound battle. It was close at the quarter break, but at halftime, 22 rebounds for the Blue Dragons in the first half, just 13 for the visitors from Great Bend. Ty Kimbrough, the leading rebounder in the game for the Blue Dragons, with 5. Some individual scoring for Hutchinson. Well, how about this for balance? The Blue Dragons have 4 players with 6 points, 2 players with 4, and 2 with 2. The quartet with 6, Abby Ogle, Dejanay Roebuck, Michaela Vanette, and Jada Mickens. 4 points for Ty Kimbrough and for Tia Bradshaw, and 2 each for Sarah Kramer and Milan Schimmel. For the visiting Cougars of Barton, 5 in the first half for Taylor Regan. Nobody else with more than 3. Jalen Stapleton hit a 3 for that total. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4 players with 2 each. Ryan White, Irene Chakuti, Rochelle Cherney, and Batu Endow. Not nearly enough offense for the Cougars, who come in averaging almost 80. They have 1/5 of that at halftime. Hutchinson, 36-16. Blue Dragons, pretty dominant. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll return with more from the Sports Arena.
The Hutch Medicine Shop and the Hutch Blue Dragons have a lot in common. In addition to our logos both being blue, all 3 pharmacists at the Medicine Shop graduated from HCC. Rick Stone in 1984, Brent Bellman in 2001, and Lacey Stone in 2007. In fact, the Medicine Shop has employed over a dozen HCC students over the past 15 years who are now Kansas pharmacists. The Medicine Shop and the Blue Dragons working together as one team.
Parking lots and driveways can be expensive to install. This is Derek Fees. Let APAC Kansas Shears Division help you properly maintain these investments. Patching, crack filling, sealing, and striping are just some of the services we provide. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112. Are you tired of your dusty or muddy driveway? APAC Kansas Shears Division is here to help. This is Derek Fees. Call us and ask us about our asphalt millings. If you are a do-it-yourselfer, arrange for pickup or delivery at your convenience. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
And that
Tax reform impacts virtually every tax return this year. That means yours, too. If you're wondering what that means for you and your refund, but don't want to spend hours reading the tax code, head over to H&R Block. No one knows tax reform better than Block. Their tax pros will help you find every credit and deduction available, so you get every dollar you deserve. Because wouldn't you rather spend more time thinking about what to do with your maximum refund and less time figuring out what a TCJA qualifying eligible dependent is? Hint, it's your kid. In person or online, Block has your back.
Visit H&R Block in Hutchinson, Lyons, and Ellsworth.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Sports Arena. 36-16 at halftime. Blue Dragons on top of the Cougar Ladies at intermission. And Hutchinson, this is kind of setting the stage for a big game down in Seward. We're going to try to run down that Seward score, by the way, as they're in action tonight against Northwest Kansas Tech. And try to run that down here in just a little bit. But Cougars sitting at 3rd place, right behind. Basically, it's a tie between Seward and Hutchinson, although Seward has the win over Hutch. Seward also has a loss, though, to Coffeyville, and Hutchinson has the win over Coffeyville. So it's essentially tied up, and things are going to have to give a little bit. Do have a score from the east side. Neosho women up in the first quarter of play, 17-14, they lead it. Also, Independence all over Allen County. Started the second quarter of play, and that one. Also, one other, well, that's it for the Garden City's playing at Colby this evening. Pratt is on the road at Dodge City. Butler is at Cali. Those are some of the games. Northwest Kansas Tech is down in Seward. Do not have a score on that one. I'll try to check the Twitter feed on that one. Here's how the playoffs are going to start off. The winners of both East and West will get a first-round bye, will not have a home court. They'll go straight into the quarterfinals at Park City at Hartman Arena. First-round action on the top 4 seeds, top 3 remaining seeds of each side will be at the home courts. So, for example, Barton, because they're going to finish no worse than 3rd place, will have a home court next Wednesday at home. Should the Blue Dragons falter out at Liberal, they will have a home court game on the 27th. Time to be decided. Same way with the guys' side. It'll go the byes on East and West. We'll get byes, and we'll see who plays out. And then the Women's Day, the women's first round quarterfinals are going to be on Saturday, game starting at 1 o'clock. If Hutchinson should be the number 1 seed, that's when they will play. If they're the number 3 seed, they are getting second place in the West, then they would play at 5 o'clock that evening on that Saturday. Guys will be in action on Sunday. Then the semifinals for both the guys and gals will be on Monday night. Tuesday's reserved just for Division II, and then they'll play it out on Wednesday for the championship of the conference, both the Division II and Division I, both men and women. So there will be 4 games on both. So that's how it would stand out, is to be basically the women will play on Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday, where the guys would go Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday, Division II, again having the floor over there at Harmon Arena on that Tuesday. So that's how that stands. We'll try to run down some of those scores, but pretty interesting first half of play for the Blue Dragons, Rusty.
I am just amazed at how much of basketball is matchups. This Barton team plays Seward every time they play. They play them a close, competitive game. And yet you match them against the Blue Dragons, and the Blue Dragons win those matchups. And Barton is just as frustrated as a basketball team can be trying to play against Hutchinson. Now, in 3 halves of basketball, if you add the scores together, the Blue Dragons have scored 129 points to 64. 129 to 64 in 3 halves of basketball against a good basketball team.
Yep.
A team that's won 20 games.
20 and 8.
A team that's a 45% team from the field, shooting 30%. A team that hits almost 40% of its threes, hit 12% of its threes in the first half. It's just hard to understand.
Yeah, sure is. One other score to pass on. Pratt women at halftime leading Dodge City 26-21. That's Pratt leading Dodge out in Dodge. That's a halftime score. We'll try to run down some other scores here in just a little bit. Blue Dragon ladies are back out on the court and getting set to warm up, and we'll get set here in just a little bit. Big 12 starting to tighten up a little bit. Big win by K-State on the road the other day, as they got a big one and needed to get a big one. And it's going to be interesting down the stretch.
How do you figure Iowa State? They go into Manhattan when it looks like K-State's almost unbeatable. Iowa State gets a win at Manhattan and then goes home and loses to Baylor. It's just a crazy, crazy conference. And K-State obviously still is the team to beat in that conference race, but the games that have taken place in the last couple of weeks have kind of opened that race up a little bit.
Real quick also, a change of from yesterday's postponement to Thursday night. Salthawks tomorrow night will be over in the SAC taking on Derby. A good-looking Derby team. Those ladies are undefeated. Come in and watch that one, and the guys will be in action at 7:30. That will be the last home game as sub-states are set. As the boys will go to Wichita West on Monday the 20. Tell me what the date. 27th, I think. Yeah.
25th, I think.
25th. You're right. And then the ladies will travel to Washburn Rural up in Topeka on that next Thursday, the 28th.
Be the first time to the best of my knowledge, the first time I've ever gone to Washburn Rural.
I've been up there one time for that tournament that they have, one of those alternating tournaments. So I've only been there once. So you're exactly right.
But tomorrow night is senior night at Hutchinson High School. I hope a lot of folks will turn out and show their appreciation for kids that have given up a lot of their time to entertain folks.
Well, I want somebody to show up and give appreciation for you, because you've given a lot of time as well. So there'll be appreciation at halftime of the boys' game for Rusty Hills. And a lot of people have worked hard to put that together. And Rusty will be treated royally tomorrow night. So stop by the SAC. Same thing happening tonight.
Hey, I sat down here tonight. And
had your favorite drink.
There's a buy drink sitting here, courtesy of Glenn Grunwald.
Yeah. I know you like that. I know you would smile about that.
I do like buy.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout, get the second half underway. Blue Dragons lead at 36-16. We'll be back in 1 minute.
The Rothy family name has always been connected to serving the Hutchinson community, and you can expect the same kind of high-quality service when you visit Rothy Family Flooring. They believe you deserve to be treated like family, so they've invested in their own talented and trustworthy installers to lay your floors. No outside contractors will ever knock on your door if Rothy works for you. Let them show you their expansive selection of name brand flooring and trust your home to the best. Rothy Family Flooring, 325 North Main, Hutchinson.
We understand. You can't plan ahead for an illness or injury, yet you'd really like same-day treatment. That's why Prairie Star offers walk-in clinic services with a responsive medical staff to care for you and your family.
P.S. We want to be your medical home.
Welcome to Prairie Star Health Center and walk-in clinic, whether you have insurance or not. 30th and K61 in Hutchinson.
The Blue Dragons can perhaps improve on their offensive effort of the first half, but I'm not sure how you improve on the defensive effort. 16 turnovers for the Cougars in that first half, and there's no team in the state that can give Hutchinson that many extra possessions and play with the Dragons.
And 22 points off for turnovers for the Blue Dragons, 26 points in the paint. Second chance opportunities also for Hutchinson, 8. And leading in all those categories. 22 rebounds to 13, as you read. Just a great job right there. A little behind in the turnover to assist ratios. 7 assists, 9 turnovers for the Blue Dragons. They need to pick that up. It will be Hutchinson basketball as we start the second half. Regular starters in there for the Blue Dragons as well as for the Cougars. Here's Van Epp, squares and shoots the three from the top and knocks it down.
And she is 3 of 3.
And a foul called underneath. They're going to count that basket. The foul's going to be charged. It's going to go against Chuck Woody. She was called for the push underneath, so she'll pick up her first. So give the 3 to Van Epp. I said she's starting to come into her own, and she really, truly is. She is an outstanding sharpshooter from the outside. Here she has it off the inbounds to Roebuck out of Mickens. Bradshaw to Mickens. Mickens will pop the 3 from the top, and it rims off no good. Miller with the rebound. So Hutch's lead is 39-16 as we basically start this third period of play.
No other Dragon has made a 3 tonight but Van Epp.
Ball left wing. And with the basketball was Regan. A little give and go underneath. Ball foul from behind, and going down was Stapleton. Bumping into her was Mickens. She'll pick up the personal.
Yeah, they got back door on the Blue Dragons. I think Stapleton would have had a tough shot to make if they'd have let her because she was too far under.
Way underneath. Little young lady with pigtails out of Meade, Kansas. Sophomore for Alan Clark. Free throw tosses up and good. Alan Clark played with Ray Bouchard for Barton Community College. At that time it was Barton County. Heck of a player back in his time. And then he went into refereeing and screen T-shirt printing over Lions. Refereed for many years. Free throw was good.
Stapleton has a couple. Imagine she's been through the Dalton Gang tunnel.
I would imagine.
Hideout tunnel a time or two.
We heard that she knew the Dalton Gang.
Well, not really.
Quite? Okay.
I was told to associate with better people than
Left side on the drive, Van Epp. They'll give it up. Three-pointer shot missing from outside by Ogle, and the rebound is going to be cleared out of there by Connor Keith.
I do wonder what it cost to go through the tunnel. It used to be a dime. Of course, that was half a century ago.
Miller's shot is short, no good, out of bounds at Sales. Blue Dragons basketball. She just lived just down a block from there.
Yeah, about actually is about 2.5, 3 blocks. Went through the tunnel many a time. Thought it was a big deal.
39-18, Blue Dragons with the lead. Van Epp on top of Mickens.
Then we moved to Hutchinson. When you went from Hutchinson to Meade, there were lots of landmarks. World's biggest ball is flying.
Ball inside to Roebuck. She'll put it on the floor. Loose ball. Jump ball's called. Possession here will be Barton's. Nene kind of tried to go where she couldn't go.
Yeah, there wasn't any room.
Phil Anderson voices his displeasure.
If Nene didn't know it, she now knows that there were 4 people guarding her. I'm sure it seemed like
they only have 5 on the floor. With the basketball on the outside is the Cougars. They'll give it to Regan. Regan with the ponytail. Angles to the right side to Miller. Left wing. Connor Keith shoots it up. It rattles out. No good. Rebound cleared out there by Roebuck, and Hutchinson will bring it up. Dribble drive underneath. Track around by Bradshaw with the left hand is good. See a Bradshaw playing well tonight.
Half a dozen.
Ball on the outside. They'll pull it back a little bit. And a foul called. Foul's going to be called on Mickens. That'll be 3 on her. So she will pick up the personal. Let's see if John makes a move or not. Here comes the inbound. Ball comes in quickly Chuck Woody puts the shot up, not there. Rebound cleared by Van Nett. Van Nett's got Mickens down the floor. Van Nett with it on the left wing, holds up. Out top now, they'll swing it around the outer perimeter. Dribble drive. Nice drive underneath by Bradshaw. Shot up, missing. Put back not there, but a foul called.
Bradshaw will go to the line.
Tia with only a couple baskets out in Colby. She'll step to the line and shoot the free throws here.
First foul of the game on Stapleton.
We got a little weather coming back from Colby last Saturday night. Free throws by Bradshaw is up and good. 7 points for her. Between Ellsworth and Salina, because we went all the way to stay on the forward lane because of that weather. Kimbrough will check in. She'll come in for Mickens. Here comes the free throw by Bradshaw's up and good. But the girls actually got home only 45 minutes earlier than we did because they stopped in Hayes to eat and a couple other.
It was nice to get out of there with a couple of wins.
Oh.
That's not an easy place to go.
I showed you my score sheet from the guys, and we were very fortunate. See if they can bounce back tonight. By the way, we will not have Raekwon Taylor tonight in the guys' game because of the poke in the eye that he sustained. He doesn't look that bad, but told me he could see, but they elected not. There's a push foul called, and it's going to go against Bradshaw, I believe. She'll pick up the personal.
I think they called it on
Roebuck.
Roebuck.
Okay, thank you. They did call on Roebuck. I saw the 2, and I thought the 1 was in front of it. Here comes the inbound from the Cougars. Alan Clark coached a little bit at Otis Bison and then was hired to coach the Cougars. Shot put up, missing by Chuck Woody. The rebound cleared off the floor by Bradshaw. Hutch will bring it up with 7:08 to go in the third. Layup good by Bradshaw. 9 points for Bradshaw now, or check that, 10 points for Bradshaw.
6 this quarter.
There's a shot underneath and a foul called. It might be on Bradshaw. Let's check it. Yes, it is, and she'll pick up her first. In the act of shooting, we'll put 2 shots on the line for Stapleton. Again, Hutchinson, this is the end of the regular season, tonight's game, so if you're listening and want to come on by, please do. As this is the last that your season tickets and all sports tickets would work for. Free throws up and good by Stapleton.
Only points that the Cougars have scored in the third quarter. 3 free throws by Stapleton.
Shoot another one, shot up and good.
Looks like an 80% free thrower, doesn't it?
45-20, the lead is cut a little bit, with 6:53 to go in this third quarter. Here's Van Nett, one-hand pass over to trying to get it to Kimbrough, does not get there, and the turnover against the Blue Dragons. There's a drive down, shot up, not to there, rebound fought for, coming up with it will be Ogle as she finally comes away with it, then the reach in. Blue Dragons did not get that rebound. Cougars did in the person of Connor Keith, but then the reach in after Ogle stole it away. Foul's going to be charged against Nadow. She'll pick up her second. Already 3 team fouls against the Cougars, 4 against the Blue Dragons in this quarter. 6.5 to go in the quarter. Van Nett squares for 3, doesn't get it. Rebound, Roebuck underneath, has a block, and out comes the Cougars with the ball. Nice job by Keith. White out top, Keith on the right wing.
First miss of the game by Van Nett. She was 3 of 3 to that point from behind the arc.
Was wide open, had a good look. Drive to the right side by Keith. She'll put it up and draws the foul on Roebuck in the act of shooting. Nene will pick up the personal. That'll be her third.
Dragons are starting to get some foul problems inside, and with Keely Tinney on concussion protocol, some issues to deal with.
Free throws up and good by Stapleton. Stapleton with 8 points on the night.
And if she can knock this one down, she'll be a 6-shooter, 6 of 6.
Fitting being for me to be a 6-shooter. Free throws is up and good. Used to call on the pharmacy there for a long time, Rusty. Rexall that was in town.
Yep.
Dribble, drive underneath Kimbrough, wide open, basket good. Good pass from Van Nett. Ball in the outer perimeter. Barton has it. 47-22, Hutchinson with the big lead here in the third quarter. Just under 6 to go in the first quarter. The first game of the night, I should say, third quarter. All right wing. A couple new faces in that Cougar lineup. Dolinsky, she's out of Uruguay. Ball sails out of bounds. It'll be Blue Dragon basketball.
3-point try by Stapleton did not touch anything.
Regan checks back in. Had a young lady that helped us on a couple broadcasts last year, Megan Tannen, that was also from Otis Bison, Albert area. She actually was from Timken. Ball knocked away. Nice job by Regan, but out of bounds. Not able to handle it and banging up into us right in front of us is Chuck Woody. Or Chuck Nate Endow.
Glad she wasn't hurt.
Yeah,
she
sure enough.
Pretty hard into the table.
She sure did. Our broadcast position right here. Abby Ogle will inbound. Gets it back out top now to Bradshaw. Bradshaw will set it up. Up top Mickens. Mickens throws it away, but the last touch out of bounds off of a Cougar.
Barton has been aggressive defensively as well.
Well, early on they really were. Here comes the inbound from Vanette. Gets it into Mickens, gets it right back. Quick shot from the outside, not there. Battle for the board, taken away by White for the Cougars, and goes up the floor to Stapleton. Stapleton will pop it on his way and rattles it down home. Nice little job by Jalen Stapleton.
First field goal of the third quarter. Stapleton has all the points in the quarter.
Now a little pressure. Cougars are putting pressure on and palming the ball on Ogle. Ogle turned the ball over with the palm, and it'll be Cougar basketball. Here's Stapleton with the inbound. She's had a good third quarter here with 4:48 to go.
Yeah, she has 8 in the quarter. In fact, all 8 points.
Ball on the right wing. She'll hold it, trying to get it inside. Now on the dribble is Stapleton. Stapleton to the top, to White. Down low, foul called. It's going to go against the Blue Dragons. Foul's going to be charged. Kimbrough will pick up the personal, and I think John was just going to get her out of there, and that'll be her second. Nadal will step to the free throw line to shoot the free throw. Free throw's up and good. Three points for her. Schimmel will check in for Bradshaw. 4:29 to go in the third. Free throws up and missing. Rebound cleared out by Blue Dragons Mickens, and 4:26 to go in this third period. Hutch 47-25 in full control. Looks like the Lady Dragons are going to win their 28th game of the year. Here's a foul on the low blocks.
What a slick no-look pass from Michaela Vanette.
She's had a couple of those in her before. Foul's going to be charged. You get it on White? Is that who they caught it on? Thank you, Rusty.
Kimbrough over 2 at the line tonight, but better than that on the season.
Free throw toss up and good by Kimbrough.
Like so many tall players, she does not put much arch on her shot.
Out of Memphis, Tennessee, had knee injury, weird knee injury. A warm-up to Nationals last year when they stopped at Texas Tech to work out. Free throw was up and good. And then kind of had another knee injury this year, so she's starting to get back in her playing form. Oh, Keely Tinney's going to be okay. We really need her to be solid. Again, on concussion protocol. Shot up and missing, but a foul called. And Regan knew she was going to be hammered. Tried to force it to where maybe it would go in. She'll shoot 2 for the foul strike. Kimbrough will pick up another one.
Yeah, the size of the Blue Dragons in this game, all with 3 fouls. Talking about Kimbrough, Roebuck, and Mickens.
Free throw toss is up and good by Regan. 6 points for Regan this evening. Back in checks Chuck Woody into the lineup. Irene Chuck Woody out of Nigeria. Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Down by the Gulf of Guinea. Free throws up and good by Regan. And that lead is cut now to 49-27. Hutchinson full control with 3:57 to go in this third period of play. Stay tuned at halftime of the men's game. Rusty Hills Appreciation Night. Three-pointer by Van Nett is good. That's her fourth of the night. Van Nett knocking it down. She's only missed 2.
She is a confident shooter.
Starting to stroke it. Find the range. 52-27 Hutchinson ladies.
Starting to do a lot of other things pretty well, too.
Yep, especially passing. You commented on an no-look pass a little while ago. She's pulled that off at Colby as well. Ball on the outside to Linsky. Ball knocked away, ran back down.
6 to shoot.
That's where Colby Davis in traffic. Gets it off to the right side. Dribble drive by Regan underneath. Misses everything. Shot clock violation. It'll be Hutchinson basketball. Into the lineup. Checks Tia Bradshaw. She will check in. Abby Ogle will get a break. Ogle out of Baldwin City. It's a nice little break right there. And Hutchinson will have the basketball with 3:15 to go in this third period of play. 52-27. Stay tuned for the great men's game coming your way at 7:30. Rusty Hills with the play-by call. Right side, Van Nett. Van Nett on the dribble. Back out top. Over to Schimmel. Schimmel, top of the key 3. Spins on its way. Not there. Rebound cleared. There's a dive for it. Coming up with it will be the Cougars. All the way down quickly. Stapleton spins away from pressure. Goes in and scores it. And fouled. The foul's going to go against the Blue Dragon. The N1's going to count.
And we are seeing what this young lady is capable of. She has produced 10 points in the third quarter. And we'll go to the free throw line with an opportunity to be 7 of 7 in that locale.
Stapleton dribbles the ball, gets set. Now she arches it and spins it and hits it. 3-point play. 52-30. Hutchinson lead is cut a little bit, down to a 22-point margin. Pressure in the backcourt, stolen away by the Cougars. Ball stolen right back by Schimmel. She'll cover up and a foul called. They call it jump ball, possession arrow. I thought they called the reach in, but they called the jump ball. Possession arrow will be Hutchinson.
Yeah, it turns into a turnover either way. From a Barton standpoint, this game is probably out of reach, but the two teams could conceivably collide again in Region 6. And the Cougars right now need to convince themselves that they can play with the Dragons.
Good point to be made. I've looked at the bracket a little bit. I really kind of get frustrated because there could be a lot of movement in the last week, so I haven't looked at it actually for the last couple of days. John had it the other night at Dragon Talk, which, by the way, that was our last show last Monday at the Polo Sports Bar and Grill. Had a great turnout. It's been fun there this year. Ball on the outside, Van Nett.
I was going to say, good place.
Jumper up and on his way. But Bradshaw, three-pointer's good. Tia's had a good game.
She has 9 in the third quarter of her own, 13 in all.
55-30, Hutchinson. Regan, dribble drives to the right side, gives the ball off. Top of the key, they'll bring it. Back outside Stapleton, why not? She's been hot. Shoots and misses, rebound, fought for, and ball knocked away. It'll be Hutchinson basketball after the foul against the Cougars. And Chuckwitty will pick up the personal. Irene Chuckwitty will pick up her third. Again, sophomore recognition. They got some nice frames.
2 shots.
2-shot foul coming. That's the 5th foul. Yes, sir. At the line will be Mickens, sophomore out of Liberal, Kansas. Possibly, these sophomores possibly playing their last game on this floor. Free throws up and missing.
Sophomores will be recognized between games.
She's an 81.7% free throw shooter on the year.
2 of 3 tonight.
Here comes Sarah Kramer into the lineup. Free throws up and good. Kramer, sharpshooter out of Dighton, Kansas, turned into a role player this year with these talented freshmen coming in, and she's done a good job. 56-30. Hutchinson ladies average 83 a game, so pretty far from that. We got another quarter to get it. The way the defense, Cougars play pretty good defense. On the dribble, Barton will take it to the top. That's Madison Dirks out of Montezuma, Kansas. Shot missing underneath. Shot put up and out of bounds it goes. Was it touched out of bounds by the Blue Dragons? I think it was.
I hope that was blocked from behind. If
I think
not,
so.
It's the shot from close range.
It would look like something that I would try.
It went up over the top of the glass, but I think it was pushed by a Dragon from behind.
Stapleton will inbound. Cougars will have the basketball. 10 on the shot clock. 1:33 on the game clock. And a team control foul called against the Cougars.
Madison Dirks.
Barton played over the Christmas break on this floor. They took on Iowa Western, also matched up against Ellsworth. Were beat by Iowa Western, but got a win over Ellsworth. So Alan Clark had brought his team here before. There's a pass down low underneath. Mickens can't handle loose basketball. Roebuck tries to get in there to tie it up, and out comes Stapleton. Long pass down court. White has it, now loses it. Coming up with it will be Schemmel on the dribble. Blue Dragons come out with the Barton turnover. Here comes Mickens. Trying to drop it down to Roebuck. Kicked out of bounds. It'll be Hutchinson basketball.
There's one where you, in retrospect, would say Jada should have gone ahead and just taken a shot. Probably would have gotten fouled.
Here comes the inbound from Bradshaw. Comes into Kramer. Kramer whips it out to Roebuck. To Mickens on the left wing. Around the horn. Here comes back to Mickens. She'll pop the three and hit it. Tell you what, she's showing some range right there. Got an opportunity to do thus. There's a steal. Mickens comes away with a long pass up court. All the way down. Mickens, I'll check that. Bradshaw lays it up and in. Bradshaw with 11, Rusty?
Yep.
Actually, she might have more than that. They show 15 on the board, so I might have missed one.
Let me look.
25 seconds remaining to go in this quarter.
She does have 15.
Thank you. They're going to play it out here. Stapleton taking her time. 18 on the game clock.
Dragons could care less with a 31-point lead.
Stapleton rolls to the left side, holds up. She's got it on its way, not there. Ball over in the corner, knocked away, and it'll be retained by the Blue Dragons with 4.4 to go. The Dow will check back into the lineup for the Barton Cougars. Alan Clark, one of, I believe, 4 that had former players that now coach at Barton or have coached at Barton. There's a three-pointer in the corner by Kramer as the buzzer sounds with 4.4 to go.
Long pass to forecourt pays off.
We'll go to the fourth and final quarter. Hutchinson 64, Cougars 30. We'll be back in 1 minute.
We all like to save money when and where we can, right? You can do that every day at Salt City Pawn and Jewelry. Hi, this is owner Paul Phillips inviting you to stop in and say hi to our friendly staff. And while you're here, check out over 3,000 square feet of great merchandise priced at outstanding values. We don't have to offer huge sale prices for one day only when we do that on a daily basis. Save big over retail prices on firearms, electronics, guitars and amps, name brand tools, video games, jewelry, and more. See us at 916 East 4th and Hutch, just east of 4th and Severance. We're proud to be alumni and supporters of all Blue Dragon athletics.
HCC Sports is brought to you by the Sportscaster Club members, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert F. of the Hutchinson Clinic, Barkley Plumbing, Vernon Chiropractic Center, Tim and Gina Ritter, along with Brian Strange of the Green Vision Group, Sutton Kaufman Transmission Service, Wade Patton Insurance, A&A Builders, Bold Office Shares, Mega Manufacturing, MAYB, Mid-America Youth Basketball, Lowen Corporation, Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, and by Mann, Wyatt, and Rice, LLC. These Sportscaster Club members help provide funds for HCC scholarships.
Through 3 quarters, the Blue Dragons have hit exactly half of their 50 tries in this game. Meanwhile, the Cougars of Barton are just 9 of 35. That's about half of what the Dragons are doing, 25.7%. Hutchinson dominating rebounding, 31-20. 22 turnovers by Barton have really hastened the demise of the Cougars. Blue Dragons with a huge lead, 64-30.
All right, we start this fourth period of play with the basketball will be Connor Keith. She's out of Hill City, Kansas. A lot of state of Kansas kids on this Barton lineup as well.
Yeah, both of these coaches have utilized Kansas
sure have
a lot.
Ball on the outer perimeter. Shot put up by Keith, not there. Block out, and Mapasuo comes up with it. First time Lauren's been in the ball game tonight. She had a little bit of a shoulder injury last week. Kind of a clavicle injury. Here's Kramer, who had hit the three right before the end. Inside to Mickens. Nice pass by Milan Schemmel. Mickens finishes. Jada Mickens now
with 12.
Ball on the outside right wing. They'll lob it down low. Cougars take it down low. A down, shot up, missing. Rebound cleared up by the Blue Dragons. 9:02 to go. Hutchinson tried to go to 28-1. That was a long three by Roebuck is good. How about that? Let's all join in, huh?
Dragons are relaxed right now with a big lead.
Roebuck knocks it down from the outer perimeter. And the ball sails out of bounds. It'll be Hutchinson basketball. Here comes for the first time tonight Michaela Johnson. Got some time against Colby. She's out of Crowley, Texas. She will check into the lineup.
Big, strong girl.
I'll tell you what, she put a move on up at Colby. She'll bang you inside. She'll mix it up with you. She's got some size. Transferred in here. 69-30. Huge lead for the Blue Dragons. Mapasua with the basketball. Lauren is out of Queensland, Australia. Feed inside of Roebuck, just slipped out of her hands, out of bounds. Misplayed it, ends up being a turnover against Hutch. It's the only knock on Hudson in this game, Rusty's maybe too many turnovers.
Yeah, the Dragons have 15.
Yeah, they picked up their shooting percentage nicely. Shooting 50% for the game now. In that third quarter, shot 60. There's a three, doesn't go. Rebound cleared by Johnson underneath. The Dragons will have it. Here comes Mapasua. Up the court, she's got Kramer on the right. Goes back outside to Johnson. Here goes over to Kelsey Brett. Two Aussies in there now for the Blue Dragons. Dighton's zone. Kramer has it. Back to Mapasua. She'll launch the three and hit the three. And it's raining trays. Her first points of the evening. Ball sails out of bounds. It'll be a turnover. And Blue Dragons will have it. I was saying before Kramer hit the three about the coaches. Trevor Rolfe coached the women there for a little bit. He played basketball under Steve Forbes and Pat Smith at Barton. Now he is now the athletic director. Also, Tony Hobson, who's the head coach at Fort Hays State, took the Lady Cougars to second place finish in NJCAA. He coached there. Mapasua's shot doesn't go, but Roebuck's there for the rebound, shovels it up, and gets a foul called. And then, of course, you have Clark as well, now coaching there. And before that, you had Bouchard, who coached volleyball there, was also assistant on the women's side under Jerry McCarty. Roebuck will step to the line and shoot free throws. So several coaches have went on and came back and went other places as well. Free throws up and good by Roebuck that played basketball for the Cougars.
And now Dejanay in double figures with 10.
Free throw toss is good. Roebuck with a nice night. 11 points for her, playing with 3 fouls as well. We'll give and go inside. Shot up and good. Nadal was able to score it. That's 5 points total. Hutchinson still leading at 74-32, or 7:14 to go in the fourth. Roebuck will try the three. It's off, no good. Rebound's going to be cleared out by the Cougars. Off the court, top side right. A square, shoot, and miss. Rebound fought for underneath. The Cougar was there, and they're going to say his last touch out of bounds by Barton. That's Taylor Nichols who's in there out of Dodge City now for the Cougars. Knocked that one out of bounds. Here comes Mapasua for Hutchinson. To Brett on the left wing. Kelsey out top now to Roebuck. Roebuck off to Kramer. Hands the ball off to the top of the key for Kramer. Here's Brett. Moves to the left. Back outside to Johnson. 9 on the shot clock. Mapasua flashes the pass down low to Roebuck. Misses it. Gets the rebound. Out of bounds it goes. Last touch off of her out of bounds.
Dejanay missed a golden opportunity. Awfully nice pass from Mapasua.
Yeah, trying to maybe do it too quickly. Did not quite get control of the basketball. 74-32. Hutchinson leads. Barton looks to the right side. They'll gun it on its way. No good. Hits the board, though. They get the offensive board, and they'll set it up. Ball knocked away, and that's what we have called a foul down the low blocks. I did not check. Where did the Cougars finish off there? We got one more game remaining.
They play at Garden City at 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon.
Tough place to go play. Free throw toss up and good by Nichols. As you and Darren found out, it got a little loud out there, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It's a very loud place. They have the loudest drummer.
Roebuck will check out.
Maybe in America.
Roebuck will check out with 11 points. Not sure we'll see her again with 6:15 to go. Free throws up and good. And Nichols made them both. 74-34, all Hutchinson. So,
but the Blue Dragon women won out there pretty easily.
28-1 will be what the record will be for the Blue Dragons. Also at home, they will be 14-1. Ball out on the angle. Here's Kramer. Cougars will fall to 20-9. And in league play, they'll stay in third place. They're Stapleton with the steal. Driving down, shot won't go, but a blocking foul is called. It will be shooting foul coming the way for Stapleton, I believe, as she'll step to the line. Foul's going to be called on Kramer. She will pick up the personal. That'll be her second.
7 of 7 so far in the game for Stapleton at the free throw line.
No, official's going to. What's the whistle for? Has the official stepped up? And
I don't know.
Guess they weren't ready to shoot the free throw. Now Stapleton his free throw toss is up and good.
She just looks like she could do it all night long, and she has. 8 of 8.
Former Buffalo, right?
Yep.
Meet Buffaloes. Free throw toss up and good.
She has 16 points to lead the Cougars.
74-36 Hutchinson. Mapasua angles to the right side. Regan top on her. Here's Kramer to the left. Back out top to Brett. Brett will work it to the right. Hutchinson's just running offense. Mickens flashes in. Has a low blocks on the right side. Kicks the corner left to Kramer. 3 ball. Rims off on her. No good. Had to kick out. Didn't get it to go. Go the other way. Long pass down court. Foul underneath. As the Cougars took it in strong and bodies all over the place. I think it was Nadal that might go to the line. Let's check it. Foul's going to be charged against Johnson. That'll be her first. I tell you what, when Michaela hits you, you're going to know it. Yeah. And there's some shoe tying going on right now.
Always has a big smile on her face, but she is a big, strong lady.
She labored a little bit up in Colby because she, not too long ago, one was about 3 games ago, had a foot in the boot. And she, of course, when you do that, you're not running. And she physically was a little tuckered out. Free throws up and missing by Nadal. She's a 67.6% free throw shooter. Coming into the game, 25 out of 37 on the year. Free throw toss up and good. So she splits the pair there, 74-37 Cougars. They'll have a home game. Of course, those brackets will be out, like you said, after the Saturday game. Shot up and missing. Ball knocked away. It'll be retained by the Blue Dragons. Guess I better get our media credentials form turned in.
I believe we might be able to get in.
You think so? I'm not sure.
We might. But I think it's a good idea.
Now the players are getting set to inbound, and Johnson has a little chat with the referee. Here it comes into Kramer, corner right. A flash out to Mickens, to Johnson, around to Mapasua. Inside to Johnson, but stolen away. Ball doesn't get to her. Coming up with the loose basketball was Dolinsky. Dolinsky palmed the basketball. Good defense by Mapasua to come and lock it up.
23 turnovers. Blue Dragons have quite a few themselves. They have 17.
The fine janitorial staff did get the popcorn picked up.
Yeah, they did that very shortly after we made the comment. I don't know whether they were listening to the radio or not, but it disappeared very rapidly.
Ball on the outside, 3-pointer by Mickens is good. She's hit a couple from out there today. Jada Mickens.
Just like stealing if she can go outside and hit threes.
3 was knocked down right there, 15 points for her.
You expect her to get her points on the inside.
Feed on the inside for the Cougars. Shot up and good. Nadal knocking it down inside. She's out of Senegal. She is a sophomore, a good size. Makes it 77-39.
She's had a pretty good second half with 7 points.
Left side out top. It goes to Kramer. Kramer changes direction. Bounce pass to the left side to Brett. Brett shoots and hits the three. Hey, three saw that for the Blue Dragons coming into this quarter. They had knocked down 7, and I know they have at least 3 here.
They have 4 more in this quarter. So for the second game this year, they've made 11 threes against the Cougars.
80-39. The turnover goes out of bounds. It'll be Blue Dragon basketball with 4:03 to go.
Alan Clark is probably hoping he doesn't see the Dragons again this year.
They're going to let Schemmel come in, and Jada's going to take a break. Jada Mickens will check out. And that's the last we'll see of Jada. 4:01 remaining to go in the ball game. She has had a good night. 80-39 now. Blue Dragons lead it. Hutchinson just needs one more basket, a three-pointer, to get to their average that they score on a year. Cougars score 79 on the average. That tells you how good a defense Hutchinson has displayed tonight. Three-pointer by Mapasua not there. Schemmel flies in but doesn't get it. And here comes against Stapleton, who's had an excellent second half for the Cougars. She'll bring the basketball up. With it on the left side, Stapleton still in her hand. Dribbles all the way over to the left corner. Lobs it down low inside. The drive and a shot missing by Regan, but she'll shoot free throws. She'll earn them at the line.
Michaela Johnson didn't react very well to the drive and picked up a foul as a result.
You want to see a good high school player tomorrow night over in the SAC. Derby comes to town. One of the best ones we've seen for some time.
Kennedy Brown headed for the Pac-10 next year. Oregon State, I believe.
Free throw toss up and good by Regan.
Derby has won 41 straight games. Pretty good.
They're good. And they play a lot of players in the guys' game specifically. Better have 2 scorecards ready, Rusty. Free throws up and good by Regan.
It's a challenge to get ready for them, I can tell you that.
80-41 here. Hutchinson up by 39. Hutchinson works it around. Blue Dragons left wing. Mapasua drives to the left, puts it up, draws the foul. Reach in by Regan. Will be in a shooting situation for Mapasua.
Nice to see her getting to play some moments. She has played not a whole lot in the last month.
Well, she had a little plantar fasciitis for a while. That can be very painful with the foot injury. Then she had the shoulder injury or clavicle, I believe. Free throw toss off, no good. Wonderful young lady. Really had fun having them on Dragon Talk. John would bring a different girl each week, and then this last week he brought Jamie Patrick, one of his fine coaches, and we talked about her asset on the bench. Free throws up and good for Mapasua. And John talked about how Jamie gets it, can convey to the players, be the good cop, bad cop, you know what I mean, and does a good job with it. She knows what he expects. There's a feed down low underneath, shot up and good by Regan underneath. She's in double figures with 11 now.
Nice recovery after she didn't handle the drive particularly well.
Jamie with a nice career at Colorado State after she played here for John. She's the second leading scorer in Blue Dragon history. She was the first, but a young lady by the name of Purcell came along. And there's a three-pointer by Mapasua. Does not go, but she gets her own rebound, finds an opening, puts it up, and misses it. Came off the rim, no good, and then a jump ball's called. Possession there will be the Blue Dragons. So that's why I have it. Nice job by Lauren Mapasua. Didn't get the basket, but caused the jump ball. And now Barton opens up their bench. Paige Talbot will check in. She's out of Ellsworth. She'll make an appearance. Also will be Deshauna Hunt. She will check into the lineup as well. Inbound comes into Milan Schemmel. Basket good on the inbounds pass. 83-43. Hutch right at their average on the year with 2:25 to go. Ball on the outside. Jumper up and in inside. I didn't see who scored that.
It was scored by Nadal.
Nadal is able to put it up and in. Thank you. 2:08 to go. 83-45. Hutchinson will go to 28-1, ranked number 6 in the nation. They moved up 4 spots this week. Ball slipped away from Johnson, ran down by Kelsey Brett. Coach Anja still coaching down low to Johnson. Basket good. See, she uses her body so good down low. You're not going to move her down low.
No.
She's going to move you.
Big, strong young lady.
Ball on the left wing. Dribble penetration by Talbot. She's covered up and throws it away. Here comes Kramer. Kramer with a breakaway. Layup up and good. Sarah Kramer with another basket. Kramer with 7. A minute and 26 to go. Hutchinson 87-45. They'll get set for Seward. Big game coming up on Saturday. Ball on the left wing, down the low blocks.
This team the Dragons are playing tonight lost to Seward by 1.
Yeah, in overtime. Follow-away jumper inside. Nice move by Nadal. 1:02 to go. 87-47. A 40-point Dragon lead. Been a good display tonight. Hutchinson led it after the end of 14-6. Really had a great third and fourth quarter and continued it here in the fourth. Led 64-30 heading into this quarter, so a good. Anytime you get 22, 23 points in the quarter, you're playing some pretty good ball. Three-pointer put up, missing by Brett. The rebound's going to be cleared out of there by the Cougars. They'll bring it up with 30 seconds to go. Ball in the low blocks, underneath, shot up and missing, but a foul called as Hunt should go to the line to shoot free throws. 24.8 to go.
Ron Schimmel, the foul. Deshonda is from Okima, Oklahoma.
Free throw toss is up and good by Hunt.
I must confess to not knowing where Okima is.
No, I don't know either. It's somewhere in Oklahoma. It's apparent. Probably over close to the Panhandle. What do you think? Huh?
I'm not going to comment.
Free throw toss, up and good. So she made them both, 87-49.
I would think the Dragons would just hold this. We've probably seen the last score
I think
we're
so
going to see
too
in this game. And the Dragons impressive in the victory.
Really impressive. Blue Dragons are going to dribble it out, and that's going to be your final. 87-49. Blue Dragons with the win, and they roll to 28-1. And the Cougars fall to 20-9. Blue Dragons stay on tap. We're 19-1 in the conference. They'll match up against Seward for the conference championship coming up this coming Saturday. We will take a break, add up the numbers. Blue Dragons win in a big way. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
This is Carter Fowle, president of Hutchinson Community College. I invite you to join us this winter as the proud tradition of Blue Dragon men's and women's basketball continues at the historic Hutchinson Sports Arena. Both teams are favorites in the tough Jayhawk Conference, so you won't want to miss any of the action. Find the schedule at BlueDragonSports.com, like us on Facebook, and follow Blue Dragon Sports on Twitter. As always, go Blue Dragons.
Vehicles are getting pretty smart these days with semi-automatic control features that make driving easier. But riding an RCAT vehicle is easier yet. You don't have to do a thing.
Johnson. Michaela transferred into the program this season from Louisiana Tech. She is averaging 4.5 points and 3.6 rebounds, with season highs of 10 points and 10 rebounds. From Crowley, Texas, number 24, Michaela Johnson. Our next sophomore is center Diana Kimbrough. Ty is a third-year sophomore who's been a key figure off the bench this season. Ty is averaging 6 points and 6.1 rebounds with 1 double-double and season highs of 12 points and 11 rebounds. From Memphis, Tennessee, number 4, Diana Kimbrough. Our next sophomore is guard Kelsey Brett. Kelsey has been a contributor off the bench in both of her seasons as a Blue Dragon. She had a career high of 14 points, and her best single game from three-point range was 4 makes from distance. From Adelaide, South Australia, number 11, Kelsey Brett. Our next sophomore is guard Sarah Kramer. Coming into tonight's game with 74 career three-pointers, Sarah has been one of Hutch's top three-point threats in her career. She had a career single-game high of 6 against Barton as a freshman. She scored a career high of 18 points twice, and this season she dished out a career best 6 assists. From Barton, Kansas, number 10, Sarah Kramer. Our next sophomore is guard Tia Bradshaw. Perhaps her most memorable shot as a Blue Dragon was her half-court buzzer beater at Independence as a freshman. Tia has started 54 games as a Blue Dragon and has averaged nearly 7 points per game. She has career highs of 17 points, 7 assists, and 6 steals. From Dodge City, Kansas, number 12, Tia Bradshaw. Our next sophomore is forward Jada Micken. Her Blue Dragon career started with a 34-point, 10-rebound debut. Jada climbed into the Blue Dragon career scoring top 25 and is number 14 in career rebounds. She had 13 career double-doubles, 6 career 20-point games, and 14 career 10-rebound games. From Liberal, Kansas, number 32, Jada Micken. Our final sophomore is forward Dejanay Roebuck. When her Blue Dragon career is over, Dejanay will be one of 4 Blue Dragons to rank in the career top 10 in both scoring and rebounding. She has 21 career double-doubles, 12 20-point games, 21 10-rebound games, and she has career highs of 28 points and 16 rebounds. From Olathe, Kansas, number 22, Dejanay Roebuck. So far, the 2019 sophomore class has 56 total wins and 1 trip to nationals already on its resume. Let's hear it for the 2019 Blue Dragon Women's Basketball Sophomore. Coming up next.